The reality, you know, is not as solid as you think. Imagine for a moment that what you perceive as reality is not as solid, immutable, and fixed as you've always believed. What you touch, the air you breathe, the objects around you, even your own body, all, absolutely everything, is composed of atoms vibrating at frequencies almost imperceptible to our senses. The ground beneath your feet, the walls of your house, even the simple glass of water you hold, everything, without exception, is in a constant state of transformation, driven by the energetic movement of subatomic particles. This is not a metaphor, nor an abstract idea. This is quantum physics, the key to understanding how the universe works at levels far beyond what classical physics can explain. And this is where we begin to discover something extraordinary. What you call reality, in its simplest form, is not a rigid structure, but rather a complex pattern of energy and motion, constantly transforming. Matter, in its essence, is nothing more than an energy field vibrating at different frequencies, meaning that everything you perceive around you, including your physical body, is, in fact, condensed energy. And the most fascinating part of all this is that this energy is not simply there, independent of you. It is constantly interacting with your mind, with your consciousness, and it is this interaction that directly shapes the reality you experience at every moment. Now imagine if you could understand this in a deeper way, far beyond the words and concepts you've already heard. Imagine understanding that, in the quantum reality, observation, the simple act of perceiving, has the power to define the state of everything around you. Yes, you read that right. The simple act of observing something, of becoming aware of it, of directing your attention to it, has the power to collapse the quantum wave function and define the reality you experience. This is not a matter of luck or chance. It is a fundamental principle of quantum physics that involves the direct relationship between consciousness and the physical universe. When you perceive, you create. Now, as you follow along this journey through quantum physics and consciousness, a deeply transformative truth begins to emerge. What we call reality is actually a construct of our mind. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, interacts with this invisible, dynamic field of energy, shaping and creating the reality you perceive. This doesn't happen passively, but rather as an active process in which you, as the observer, have a crucial role in defining everything around you. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are not a mere spectator on a stage beyond your control. On the contrary, you are the co-creator of your reality, and your consciousness is the primary tool that is creating what you live. But this is just the beginning. In this text, we will explore in depth how modern science, especially quantum physics, goes beyond traditional explanations of reality. We'll explore how this science, combined with the deeper teachings of spirituality, reveals a world where everything is interconnected and where the human mind not only observes, but directly interacts with the quantum field. We will discuss how concepts like quantum superposition, wave function collapse, the placebo effect, and quantum entanglement are not just esoteric theories, but scientific discoveries that change the way we understand existence. Have you ever stopped to think how quantum physics challenges everything you've been taught about the world? On a microscopic level, particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously. They are in several possibilities at once. And even more intriguing, when we observe these particles, they choose one defined state. What does this mean for us humans? It means that reality is not something fixed that happens apart from us, but rather something dynamic that is constantly being shaped and transformed by our perception, by our consciousness. In other words, reality is a vibrational dance that responds to something even deeper, human consciousness. In this text, you will learn that human consciousness is not just a phenomenon of our brain. Consciousness goes much deeper than that. Consciousness is the key to unlocking the true human potential, the key to accessing the creative power of the universe. Through quantum physics, we can begin to understand how our thoughts, emotions, and intuitions influence not only our health, but also the external conditions in our lives. We will discover how these seemingly invisible phenomena intertwine and affect our journey, and how you can use this knowledge to become the true master of your reality. Have you ever experienced a sense that the reality around you at certain moments seems flexible, as if it could be altered, manipulated, or molded by your will? Quantum physics tells us that this is not a magical phenomenon, but rather a scientific proof that reality is interdependent on our consciousness, and not just physical reality, but also our health, our relationships, our opportunities, and even our spiritual experiences. If the mind can influence matter in such a way, as in the placebo effect, imagine what else it can transform. To reach this point, we need to begin looking at the interconnection of everything. Quantum physics teaches us that everything is interconnected. There is no real separation between what we perceive as our body and the universe around us. Everything is a network of interconnected energy, vibrating at different frequencies. This opens up a new paradigm of understanding. Consciousness is not only located in the brain, but it is everywhere, expanding into the universe as a network of information and energy that connects all things. Throughout this text, you will discover how telepathic experiences, intuition, meaningful coincidences, and other phenomena once considered mysteries can now be understood in the light of quantum physics. What many see as magic or supernatural is actually the reflection of an invisible field that surrounds us and to which we are constantly connected. When you understand this field, you will realize that we are not separate from reality, but rather an active part of it. As we continue this journey, you will discover how quantum physics provides answers to fundamental questions. How can our thoughts shape our health? How can intuition be real? How can coincidences not be just random? And perhaps most importantly, how you can become a conscious co-creator of your own reality. This journey of discovery is not just a theoretical reflection, it is practical and can completely transform your life. Now, you are about to dive headfirst into this new paradigm. What you will learn could be one of the greatest discoveries of your life. So get ready to expand your mind, to question everything you've believed about the world, and to embrace a new understanding of the nature of reality. This journey to the heart of quantum physics is not just about science. It's about discovering the infinite power you have to shape your reality and create a life of abundance and fulfillment. The journey starts now, the power of you and the transformation of the world. Now that we begin to understand that reality is not a fixed given, but a dynamic projection of our quantum field of consciousness, we can delve deeper into the idea that our thoughts, emotions, and intentions are vibrational frequencies that create and shape this reality. And here's a crucial point that we cannot ignore. The quantum field responds to these frequencies, not to isolated words or superficial intentions. It responds to vibrational coherence. In other words, true transformation happens when there is harmony between what we think, what we feel, and what we desire. Let's explore a vital concept to understand how this works: vibrational frequency. When you are in tune with your deepest desires and your intentions are aligned with your feelings, you emit a coherent frequency that directly connects with the quantum field. But when your intentions are not aligned with your feelings, or when you are in a contradictory emotional state, the quantum field receives conflicting signals. This creates a dysfunction in your reality and prevents you from manifesting what you desire. The key to creating the desired reality is to achieve this vibrational coherence, and this cannot be forced. The mind and heart must be in complete unity. The science of the HeartMath Institute, specialized in studying the connection between mind and heart, revealed a profound secret. Coherence between the brain and heart is one of the most important factors for accessing the quantum field of consciousness. When you are in a state of heart coherence, your body emits harmonious electromagnetic waves that not only balance the physical system, but also affect the environment around you. This happens because when the mind and heart are in tune, You emit a clear and powerful frequency that the quantum field can read and respond to efficiently. It happens that when we are in states of stress, fear, or anger, the incoherence between the mind and heart results in a disordered frequency that negatively affects our health and the way we relate to the world. What modern science is discovering is that the more we cultivate elevated emotional states like love, gratitude, and compassion, the more harmony we create both within our body and with the universe around us. These emotions create a powerful, energetic response, aligned with the laws of the quantum field, promoting healing and abundance. Let's build this reality together. I want to hear from you. What intention will you send to the quantum field now? What frequency do you choose to vibrate from now on? Comment below with the word transformation and share with us your intention. We are together on this journey of expanding consciousness and co-creating a better world. You are not alone. Every step you take in your transformation is a step to transform the world around you. Believe me, the quantum field responds to you. Let's build the reality we all deserve together.